Hey, folks, welcome to Market Technical Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Tuesday, May 4th, 2010. A huge down day on Wall Street across the board, folks, continuing the In the Money Stocks call of confirmation a week ago from Tuesday, where we got the second consecutive down day with a lower close. That was the key signal. Then we said again, every bounce can be shorted, and that is exactly what has been happening, folks. Again, the market's bouncing up yesterday, now negating the bounce today, and then 1% more on the markets. The Dow is down 240 points, 2.15%. NASDAQ is down 75 or 3%. S&P 500 down about 28 points or 2.35%. Huge down day across the board. Now, what's the key catalyst today, folks? Well, if you woke up this morning, you saw the futures down slightly on the day on the back of more worries out of Greece. Greece's stock market going down about 7% today, and again, that's just the beginning, folks. Then you look across the board at the contagion spreading throughout Greece. Portugal, Spain, Italy. Who's next in the bailout camp? Yeah, Greece got $145 billion, but again, there's other players here to go, folks. It's not the end of the road. We've been preaching that for quite a while here. As soon as confirmation was dictated a week ago from Tuesday, that was the signal, and again, every bounce since then has been shorted, and there's been some great bounces, but again, just be on the short side, every bounce, just short again, and then move out, and when you hit some low-key levels, and then go to look to short again. Now, what were the key moves today, folks? As you can see, we came into a key level yesterday into the close, and in fact, I pointed this out on the intraday, make that the nightly video last night to my premium subscribers of the Research Center. And by the way, today in the chat room, huge day trading day. Probably in the last 2 months, biggest profits in the last 2 months in the intraday stock chat for one day. And again, most of the traders in there can probably buy a nice new car today after the type of gains we've had. Now, in any case, looking at the charts here, folks, look at this beautiful in spirit of bear flag. I pointed this out to my traders last night in the nightly video in the Research Center. In spirit of bear flag, that told me that we had a good shot of opening lower today, and lower was just an understatement as the markets gapped down in a huge manner, going all the way down to this key gap fill. Notice this gap fill going back from that big dump on last Friday. Friday, the markets came right into this area. That was gap fill. We gapped up on Monday, and we traded up yesterday. Then today, look at the gap down. Fills the gap immediately and doesn't stop there. We gap down and just gap and go. This is what's called a good old-fashioned gap and go, where the markets just start to sell and then continue to sell all the way down. As you sold off, you came down into key support right here, this blue trend line, which was at 118.25 to 118.30. At that point, what type of pattern do you make again? Please look for the patterns, folks. This is what's going to tell you and give you an edge on making money in this market. Look at that beautiful in spirit of bear flag. Same type of pattern is right here. Notice it. See how the bounce takes you right up to this green trend line, which was gap fill. It was a retest of this line right here at gap fill. At that point, the markets sell even more sharply to the downside, come crashing all the way down into this level. At this point, this has to be known as a bounce opportunity. Why? Well, because if you take this pivot low going back to last Friday and you connect all the lows of the day on Friday, look at how they play out today. This is why technicals are so important, folks. And again, if you're not a Research Center subscriber, we strongly encourage you to, so you can start making some good money in this market. But one thing about this, notice this hit here, how this coordinates right with this trend line. That's your buying opportunity for a short-term scalp. Buy, go long. And then again, once you bounce up, you make it right back to this blue line, cover your short, and then again, you can go, or excuse me, sell your long and then go short again, and the market comes down, retest it again, and that's the point you go long. Now, this level down here was the key level where I said I think the lows of the day are in. And again, I'm sticking to that even into the end of the day today. I am sticking to the fact that I called this right in the intraday stock chat, and even I put something on the hot charts and alerts, which is part of the Research Center, basically saying that as well. And the reason why, because I have a master level at 117.50, and also the 50 moving average on the daily chart. Take a look at your daily. I'll quickly flip to it right there. See that kiss of the daily 50 moving average plus this 117 level? This level was basically noting as a major support on the chart. So if we flip back to the 10-minute, that hit, again, being on that exact line, knowing that it's going to bounce there in the very least, that's going to be a good indicator that you're going to bounce up off of the lows here. And again, the markets have done just that. So far, so good. Again, being right on every side of the market today, up, down, left, right, short, long, you name it. Just, again, banking money. Now, again, keep in mind here, folks, the markets may continue to go sideways or get a little bit of a bid. They could even retest the lows of the day. It's not out of the realm to think that you might come down and do a little double bottom. But again, I would be somewhat surprised to see the market go through the lows of the day here, to be honest, and move even lower. I would be surprised at that, considering, again, the 50 moving average has been tagged on the daily chart. Now, again, folks, just a couple of the different trades we've been on board. We've scalped CLF multiple times today for longs and shorts here. Again, key levels getting hit, going long, going short. AK Steel, same thing at the even number of 16. It went below 16 early in the day here, and then again, bounced all the way up to 1630, 1640. Those are just some of the scalps, including, of course, the spiders, which we've done as well. There's been about 10 other scalps as well in the intraday. Plus, we took profits on some VXX, guys, just as the market was coming in on the SPY. And I'm going to flip back to the SPY. Just as the market was coming into the 117.50 and 50 moving average on the daily chart, I announced to the hot charts and alerts people in the research center that, again, we were moving out of the VXX. $2.90 profit on VXX, folks. That, again, is a huge profit. My average entry price was $19.30. Today, selling at $23.20. Just about $3 profit on that VXX, about a 15% gain or so. Monstrous gains. And, again, I'm still holding some other shorts. But, again, each fall, you can unload a little bit of the shorts and then take some profits off the table. That's the key, guys. You always want to move out a little. This way on the bounce, you can always reshort the market. And again, as long as confirmation holds steady here, the angle of this market will continue to be down. And again, those in the hot charts and alerts, which are all part of the research center. In the research center, you get everything, including the nightly 40-minute videos that I do, giving out plays, giving out analysis, making calls on gold, oil, the dollar, and the markets and individual stocks in those videos every night. And again, they're new videos every night. That's all included. Everything under that research center is part of it. So again, I encourage you to join, start making some of the big bucks that we've made, and start getting yourself a brand new car across the board here as we continue to watch this market get hammered today. I will be back tonight in the nightly video, give a synopsis, give out new trades. We'll watch the hot charts and alerts this afternoon for new posts. And again, I'll see you guys later. Take care.